sometimes crap happens in life, and at the moment you're frustrated, at the moment you don't like it, and it could be something personal for you, it could be something in your work life, or it could be as a fan. And what I'm talking about is sometimes when you have an injury or somebody retires on you. And whether it was Ricky Williams years ago, who left right before training camp, or recently Shaquille Barrett. And Shaquille Barrett was a guy that you were counting on to actually go out and do something. You know what I'm saying? Do something for you and help you out. And he retires on you right before camp, and you are pissed. I'm pissed. We're frustrated. Damn, dude, come on, bro. Chubb and Phillips aren't going to be back for, they're not going to be themselves. I know people talk them up and all that kind of stuff, and you see Phillips work out, and it's so unfair to speed up the clock on those men. Give them time. They're not going to be themselves for a while, but you need people to step up, right? Okay. And you're expecting, obviously, Calais Campbell to help you out because he's a veteran, and Shaq to help you out because they're veterans. You're hoping that Chop and Kamara, go out there, and actually get something done for you. And maybe, that'll happen. Right. And Quentin now is obviously in the mix, but you were really counting on those veterans. And there's a saying that people tell you, and they tell you to cheer you up. They tell you to feel better. And sometimes it can make you feel better. And a lot of times it'll just freaking piss you off. But then in hindsight, which is always 2020, later on, that saying comes back in your mind and you're grateful. And that saying is, everything happens for a reason. And at the moment that you lost your job, lost your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever it is, some kind of setback in life, and your buddy, your loved ones, hey, you got to hang in there, man. Everything happens for a reason. When one door closes, another one opens, right? That's the other cliche, right? When that stuff happens. Let me tell you something, man. I think about halfway through the season, you're going to turn to your buddy and you're going to say, holy shit, dude. Thank God Shaq Barrett retired because Emmanuel Ogbah is playing his ass off. And Emmanuel Ogbah is playing his ass off. Emmanuel Ogbah is going to have a season, bro. I mean, we were worried about Chubb and Phillips. Well, we're going to still be worried about Chubb and Phillips, but at least you got a guy that is playing really good football, sharp football right from the get-go. And I'm not just talking about sacks. I'm talking about hurries. I'm talking about getting in the backfield and disrupting things. I'm talking about deflecting passes. Emmanuel Ogbah is one of the best players in camp so far in the first couple of weeks. Emmanuel Ogbah is probably an upgrade over Shaquille Barrett. And I'm just going to say it now because I think you're going to say it a month into the season, 2 months into the season, by the end of the season. You're going to remember that moment. You're going to go, oh, shit, dude, bro. Emmanuel Ogbah has 8, 10, 12 sacks for us. That guy has 4 pass deflections and two recovered fumbles. And, dude, we only got him because Shaq freaking retired. Somebody else might have signed him within that next week or two because they needed somebody, and we would have never had him. I think we're going to be saying that this year about Emmanuel Ogbah. I am really serious about this. He's had it's effed up, right? Because he had those 2 excellent years for the Dolphins, got his contract, then he got injured right? Then he suffers a setback. Then he comes back from the injury, but he comes back to the injury to a system that he doesn't really fit. And they don't really give him necessarily the opportunity or the reps to prove himself, which then buys him another year to really fully get healthy. And now I'm watching and I'm going, well, I'm putting all of this together because hindsight is 2020 after you get to assess something after a certain amount of time. And I'm going, holy shit, this guy was out of football. Most teams were committed. He didn't have an opportunity. The Dolphins all of a sudden offer one. He's hungry for it. He has local business here. He says, he even mentions it that he wanted to sign here because he also has other interests here. So now you're giving a junkyard dog a reason to want to keep this job because he has other interests. And at the same time, he wants to go out and play football because he hasn't been able to play a lot of football the last couple of years after coming here and playing a lot of football. I think we got ourselves a nice little bonus in Emmanuel Ogbah. Oh, and by the way, he's fresh from not necessarily playing a lot the last couple of years. So that's another thing that Emmanuel Ogbah brings to the table to the Dolphins, where Shaquille Barrett is a well-used, odometer that has already gone around once. So I just wanted to point that out because I'm sitting there, I'm watching this, and I'm going, holy shit, man. This is going to become a blessing in disguise for the Miami Dolphins. And we're going to go back to remembering what Emmanuel Ogbah, the joy and the defense and the effort that he brought his first couple of years when you brought him off the scrap heap and he made his name here more than anywhere else. I just really, 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 really like what I'm seeing out of it.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.